Hello everybody, welcome to another webisode of Crypto Valley. There's a very huge reason why I wanted to make this video today, and I'll get to that here in a minute. But before I jump into that, let's talk about Bitcoin and BitConnect coin. Now, Bitcoin last week actually hit an impressive all-time high, 6,200 and some change, almost $6,300, per coin. And BCC at the time had hit like $220 or $218 or so, and it did drop off, but that's just the way life is. Stocks isn't any different. But slowly but surely, it looks like it's maturing into the new high area. So it looks like Bitcoin might be stable here around the 6K range. It managed to make its way back from like $5,700 and some change. So that's good news for Bitcoin and greater news for BitConnect coin, because now it's come back up to, I saw it yesterday at about 228 a coin. Now we're looking at 225 a coin, but it's relatively stable. And I think one of the key reasons for that is because of the events that transpired this last weekend in Thailand. In Thailand, they had their annual conference, and they celebrated a whole bunch of things. They even released a music video, which I particularly didn't like. But they did what they promised they were going to do on their roadmap. And on their roadmap for the month of October, they had promised that they were going to launch their version of a smart card. And that smart card's purpose was to give you day-to-day utility from your cryptocurrencies. Well, they did exactly that. They launched, or announced really, they announced the launch of the BCCPAY card. And they have a website that's up. It's bccpay.co, and it describes in detail what this card is and what it's going to be able to do for you and how it ties into the BitConnect platform. So briefly, for a little bit here, I'm going to go ahead and describe to you what it is and how it does it. They teamed up some time ago with Uquid, and there was some speculation about whether or not that was actually how it was going to happen, but it is the case. They are working with Uquid, and that's how we're getting our hands on these cards. It is a MasterCard. It looks like it's a chip card, but I don't know. They do have two different versions of this going out. One is a physical plastic card. The other one is a virtual card that you can use for online shopping. Now, from what I understand, and we'll take a look at the numbers, the facts and figures here in a second, is that the virtual card is free. The physical card, has to be paid for, and it has to be shipped. The way it works is you can load it with your Bitcoin and spend it. You can load it with your BitConnect coin and spend it. And you can also load it with fiat, but there's a limit on how much you can load with the fiat. Now, the three fiats that I understand this is going to work with is going to be US dollars, British pounds, and the euro. So I've already sent an email to them, and I'm still waiting for a response in regards to whether or not this is going to ship to the United States. It's my understanding that it is, but I would rather have a direct yes or no. And also, I asked another question that I'll get into here in a second in regards to the difference between one level and the other level. So in essence, this is going to work like any other, prepaid card that's out there, or even debit card, credit card. Is just, with obvious differences. This is not a credit card. There's a fee per transaction of 0.25%, and that's actually really low with no other hidden fees, and that's the beauty of having this card. Multiple currency accounts, like I said, US dollars, British pounds, and the euro. Deposits and withdrawals, there are some limitations, but it really depends on what level you're at and whatnot, so we'll get into that in a second. Virtual cards are available, instant loading from these wallets, and they can be issued instantly for online shoppers. I've already discussed that. According to this, you can use this at 30 million plus ATMs and 35 million plus locations worldwide. Let me see. When will I receive my cards? This is not actually going to be open for registration until December 1st, which is why you see this ticker here. There's 31 days, 15 hours, 39 minutes left. that's when the registration process for these cards is going to open up, if you will. The benefit of using it is you have now another way to spend the cryptocurrency that you worked so hard to acquire. And even like the BitConnect platform, it pays you in fiat, yes, in US dollars, but you convert it to BitConnect coin. And since they offer staking, you can shove that into your BitConnect wallet on your laptop, desktop, and they give you some BitConnect coin every 15 days or so. So finding a way to spend that without having to go through all the extra hoops, selling it on a currency exchange, exchanging it, and then transferring that over to a different card that does support cryptocurrencies. And from there, then you have the fees that are associated with it. In all that chain, and then all that process, you're going to be acquiring fees and fees and fees for doing this and doing that to be able to convert it and whatnot. What I like about the program is you're eliminating a whole lot of that. Why are you paying all those fees when you can just stick with the platform, get their card, and when you need to spend some cash, load it up with some BitConnect coin. Or if you have some Bitcoin, load it up with some Bitcoin, and there you go. So that being said, let's get into the fees and limitations. I'm going to go ahead and expand this window because there's a lot more than what it says right here. There's the plastic card, virtual card. What I sent to them for them to respond to was this part right here, because there's no clear indication of how to acquire a level 2 gold card versus the minimum requirements for a level 1. So I am waiting for a response to that, and as soon as I get that, I'll update with a new video. But let's take a look at the gold card, because honestly that's the one we're all going to want, for most of us anyhow. Number of purchases, no limit. Even level 1, no limit, no limit. Value of purchases per day, no limit, no limit, no limit. And that's across the board, and that's the beautiful thing. So if you had it, spend it. You know what I mean? ATM transactions. You can use this at an ATM to withdraw money from your loaded card. There's a limitation as to the number of times you can make a transaction at an ATM per day. The silver card is 2. The gold card is 5. The value also changes. So I'm only going to focus on US dollars because, I'm a US citizen and most of my subscriber base is from the US. So that being said, the value of an ATM withdrawal twice a day on the silver card, $200 per withdrawal, and 5 times a day on the gold card at a max of 1,000 US dollars. The value of the ATM withdrawal, $2,000, which is right, 1,000 times 2, 200 times 4, times 2 is $400. The maximum ATM withdrawal for the lifetime, and I understand this to be the lifetime that you own the card, is 1,000 for silver, and there is no limit for the gold card on the maximum ATM withdrawal. And that goes across the board for the other fiat currencies also. Now, here's what I think is one of the most important aspects of this card, and I'm gonna discuss that in relation to the gold card. The gold card has a maximum any day load of $20,000. Now that is in crypto and that is in fiat. So if you put fiat on there, there's a limit to how much fiat you can put on there in a day. But in essence, $20,000 total per day. There is a maximum anytime lifetime load. There is none. There is no lifetime load for the gold card. And for the number of loads per day, you have a maximum of $20,000. There is no limit to the number of loads that you can put on that card in a given day for the gold card. But there is a maximum daily load. So you can load $20,000 a day on this card, as I understand it, which means if you had $100,000 that you wanted to spend and you took the time to load that card every day, $20,000, it would take you 5 days to put $100,000 on that card so you can make that big purchase that you wanted to make. That's my understanding of these rules as they're outlined right here. Unloading. There is no limit for the gold card. Now, I am going to do everything I can to get my hands on a gold card because I like these numbers. And I know you all like these numbers too. Is it necessary for a lot of people? Nah, probably not. The silver card will work just fine. But I like the gold numbers. So that's the one that I want to get. Bank loads direct from the bank. I talked about that briefly. On the gold card, you can load $5,000 in a single load to this card. The daily load also is $5,000. Now, maximum lifetime bank loads, there is no limit. Okay, there is no limit to the amount of days that you can load this card using fiat. Number of bank loads per day is 2 bank loads per day. So if you did 2,500 and 2,500, you're at your limit and you're good to go. Card-to-card transfers. From what I understand, you can own more than one of these cards, and it's not going to hurt anything. There is a $1 fee, and I think that's posted here somewhere. I'm going to check on it for maintenance. But come on, folks. BitConnect pays you more than $1 on a daily basis, you know, on the average. Yeah, there's been some poor trading days or whatnot, but just 1 day's worth of BitConnect paid for the card. And we'll jump into that here in a second. Number of transfers, value of transfers, value at $1,000 from card to card, maximum lifetime load, no limit, $1,000 per 5 times. Okay, that's just basic information if you're going card to card. Load via Visa Direct. That's $5,000 for the gold card. Silver is not an option. It's just not happening. Per transaction, maximum single load. Daily load, same thing per day, $5,000 a day. And then card to bank. If you wanted to go from your crypto card, from your BCCPAY card to your bank, you could do that twice a day for a value of $5,000 per transaction. So it looks like you could do $10,000. Way I see it, 2 transfers per day. The value of each transfer right here per transaction is $5,000. That's got to be $10,000 you can send to your bank account. And lifetime transfers, no limit. So as long as you own the card, you can keep throwing money into your bank account from this card using your crypto to fund it. And that's the beauty of it. Now, there's a couple of things that's going to end up happening here. One, more and more people are going to find out about BitConnect. And I've already been making videos about it. I've been telling my family and my friends and people and strange people that I meet all about BitConnect and what it can do for you and how it can do it to free you from, you know, the burdens you carry today. And that being said, the BitConnect coming out with this card is going to end up solidifying and strengthening the BitConnect coin. How? Well, beyond owning the BitConnect coin, which is a blockchain, beyond staking the BitConnect coin, which gets you some free coins via BitConnect, you can, you know, they incorporated a method in which you could use the BitConnect coin to fund your daily lifestyle. And so therefore, with BitConnect coin being a coin of itself, being its own blockchain, allowing staking and investing in a method with which you can spend your hard-earned BitConnect coin and Bitcoin, but I'm just referencing BitConnect coin, it is going to further strengthen the coin, and I can see the value very easily and very quickly. Once December 1st comes around, I can see it's a weak prediction, but a good prediction. I think I can see BitConnect coin going past or up to $300 a coin in this next 30-day period of time, and maybe, you know, give or take a week, you know. So the sky's the limit for BitConnect coin. It's gaining strength. It's gaining more and more and more traction. And the reason it's doing this is because it's allowing people to make their money work for them. Not like my friend that said, "Oh yeah, my 401k works on compounding interest." Well, okay, yes, but that compounding interest, you got it paid once. You got paid once a year on whatever amount you had in there for like 1%. It's nothing. BitConnect pays you on the average 1% on a daily basis. And when you reinvest that money, your principal balance goes up and your 1% is a greater value. So it starts to make you more and more and more and more as you chug along down the path of BitConnect. And that's the beauty of BitConnect. There's been a lot of skepticism for some folks that I talk to, and others, they're scared. They're simply scared. And you know what? Back in the day when Bitcoin first came out, I got to admit, I was too. I didn't want to take the time to do some research. I didn't want to be bothered with a conversation about it at the time. And holy moly, if I had actually, been a little bit open-minded back then and looked at what made Bitcoin tick, I probably would have changed my mind, and I probably would be a multi-millionaire right now, because I would have got my hands on as many Bitcoins as I possibly could. But I didn't. Fear got the best of me. Skepticism got the best of me. And now I'm playing catch up. Same as a whole lot of other people. Well, I'm telling you folks, BitConnect is a platform that can get you that freedom. It's not get rich quick. Your referrals, yes, they're going to make you some money if you decide to do that. Don't even need to do it. 100%, you do not have to use referrals. Matter of fact, I've been doing this so far. Oh, come on. Now I got to log in. I'll jump into that here in a second. But I've been doing this so far with pretty much actually right now 0 referrals. I've got 3 people that are signed up, and not one of them have put a dime into it. Now, one of them is, so Black Bullet, if you're listening, you're watching this video, yes, shout out to you. And I know we've been talking and chatting back and forth, so I know exactly what's going to happen, and I can't wait to make that video. That's going to be a special video. But yes. If you chose to do this without referrals, yes, that platform can and will work for you just fine. It isn't going to stop you in any way, shape, or form from getting to that point that you want to get to in 2 to 3 years. But if you chose to sit there and say, you know what, I really like what this platform is doing for me. I can see what it's doing for me. It's making me some money. And yes, I can see the future. Based on these numbers, I can calculate and predict more or less what I'm going to have in the next 2 or 3 years using that spreadsheet. Then you might go out there and say, hey, you talk to your friends, you talk to your family, like, hey, there's a way out. There's a way out. You know that job that you say you're mad at it every day. You say they suck, the people suck. Well, here's your way to get out of that conundrum. And that's the beauty of it. I love it. I love it. They're taking your money to trade with, and they're paying you for using your money to trade with, which, I mean, it's awesome. How do you not like it? How do you not like it? There's too many reasons to love this, and I do, and I like making these videos, and I like talking to people. But the best people to talk to are the people that actually care what you have to say, and I have a lot of them that don't. You know what I mean? I have a lot of folks that don't care what I have to say. So that's great. But also B, the people that are open-minded about the possibilities for cryptocurrency. Now, a lot of people are closed-minded about it because they think it's fake and whatnot. What they fail to realize is the fiat currency that they have in their wallet is more digital than it is physical. It's crazy. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy, but they don't realize that, So what do we do? What does the governments do? They print out more and more money. What's that lead to? Inflation. So the dollar's not even worth $1 anymore. Oh my goodness. If you'd have bought $100 way back in the day and just shoved it in a pillowcase, and by now you'd have lost 90-something% of the value of it between then and here. It's not worth $100 anymore. It's crazy. But anyhow, I digress. BitConnect. If you're interested in BitConnect, by all means, reach out to me. Black Bullet is going to be forming his own team. I'm excited for him. He's got quite a few people that are lining up to him. As soon as he can get his first investment going, then he can get all the kinks and speed bumps worked out of the way so he can make his own YouTube videos and stuff. And I will be supporting his channel. He's a great guy. I met him a long time ago in Iraq. He's a wonderful guy, and I can't wait to see what his YouTube channel is going to do for him. But that being said, huge news, and I am just I'm beyond excited that BitConnect did this. I am beyond excited. This is an incredible opportunity to jump into a platform that also gives you the opportunity to spend the money that you make. And that's a beautiful thing, because there are a couple of people that I talked to. They said, well, how will I be able to spend my money? And I had to explain to them to just be patient. There's going to be a card that's coming out. I don't know anything about it yet, but here it is. And these are the facts and the figures. So folks, pay attention, pay attention. And if you're not on BitConnect now, use my referral link, jump onto BitConnect, invest your money, and make your money work for you. Don't let the banks fool you. The banks are taking your money and getting rich off of you. BitConnect is paying you all kinds of good money to let them borrow your money for trading. So make it happen. Jump on board. The sky's the limit. 2 years, 3 years down the road, some folks say, oh, that's quick. Well, no, it's not actually. 2-3 years down the road is actually a long-term investment, and that's exactly what this is. And that's starting off of $100. Some folks are saying, I wouldn't recommend starting with $100, but by the time, well, you know what? Some folks, all they have is $100, All they have is $100. Not everybody has $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 to throw into a platform like this so they can get to the end goal a lot faster. Okay, so if you have $100 to spare and you're willing to invest it, and remember, every investment carries risk, so it has to be money that's not important to you. It has to be money that you're willing to throw away. All investment carries risk. Everybody knows what happened to Enron, right? Like I said, all investment carries risk. So that being said, this is the oldest platform that exists for this type of endeavor. It is the most stable platform as far as I can see from the other ones that are available, and it has never, as far as I can tell, missed a payment for a single person. So by all means, it's the safest bet. That's the best I can say. It's the safest bet, and it's been working out great for me. I've been able to withdraw money easily, from this account and send it to wherever I wanted to send it. The transaction ID is in my account, and I showed it, a matter of fact, in another video. I've never had a problem with it. So by all means, now's the time. And if you don't jump on the bus now, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it. That wave is only going to last so long. You know what I mean? Cryptocurrency is at its infancy, but once it grows into adolescence and so forth, you've skipped all that time, and that time is the most valuable. That time is the most valuable. That's when you go from here to living free, getting paid on a daily basis to live your life and do whatever you want to do. You want to spend time with family? You're making $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a day once you get to that point. Or more once we can get to the figures, and I've done that in other videos. Even if you stop when you were making $250 a day. A lot of folks around the country don't make $250 a day. $250 a day for a lot of people is a huge step up, So why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Take a spare $100. Look, I'll put it to you this way. My nephew is going to forego a pair of sneakers or a video game, whether it's for Christmas or here in the next couple weeks or so, and he's going to ask for the money instead so that he can create his own BitConnect account, and I'm going to help him do that. And he's 13. He's 13 years old. He believes in this program enough, especially now with the card and everything else. He believes enough in this platform that he's going to forego a quick, means of excitement like a video game or a pair of sneakers, and take that money to put it into BitConnect so that by the time he graduates from high school or before, he won't have to work. If he wants to go to college, he won't have to worry about that. If he wants to go and learn a trade, and I encourage them to go at least go and learn a trade, he won't go into it with debt, or come out of it with debt. He'll have, in essence, pretty much anything he wants to have. He's 13, folks. If a 13-year-old kid can do this, and you're the adult, so can you. So can you. My niece, she's going to get into the program too. Now she's been going out of her way to help, family and so forth with her money. So we are going to do something special. We're going to team up for her to create her account. She's 16 years old. And she's not the only 16-year-old that's going to do this. There's already plenty of 16-year-olds that do this. One of them that comes to mind is Crypto Nick. And if I'm not mistaken, he started sometime around May this year, so forth. He's got a ton of money. So I don't know Crypto Nick, and he doesn't know me. But shout out to Crypto Nick for doing such an excellent job of promoting BitConnect and the different platforms that are out there. You're doing an incredible job of creating a wonderful future for yourself. So kudos to you, Crypto Nick. And again, once my nephew and my niece get up and going, my nephew will have his own YouTube channel also. Black Bullet, I'm excited about, your up and coming YouTube channel. So that being said, you guys, if you like what you hear, by all means, click the like and subscribe button, and there's more videos to come. I'll see you soon.